cognitive piece. That was a part of the MS that was thought to be a late effect, meaning you have an MS 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years, then begin to have a cognitive effect. We now know that is by far not true. Sometimes 10 to 15% of patients present with that being their first symptom. I unfortunately have experienced those patients that have been great scholars in high school, high SAT scores, potentially do substantially great expected things, get to college and can't complete because their cognitive component has been progressing faster than anticipated, to the point that it's not unusual that we now know that the brain of an MS patient can shrink in size at 1.5, 2.5, 3 times the rate of so-called regular people, if you will. And that's sometimes reflected radiographically and sometimes reflected in examination as well.
Dr. Walker, I have a question for you regarding that.
Yes.
So for cognition, how is it that what can we do besides taking the disease modifying therapy? I mean, one of the things that I've done is I've moved to a plant-based diet, a whole foods plant-based diet. So I've minimized processed foods, no animal products. And so what else is there that we could do to ensure that we're mitigating the shrinkage or the atrophy of the brain due to MS, as well as how can we distinguish that from what's happening with the aging process?
Great question. And once again, there is no 100% perfect answer. I will tell you what I've reviewed, what I do myself. So as a general rule, when you're looking at memory loss, the most substantial example of this is what we all know is Alzheimer's. And so doing what they do there, there's something called cognitive load. And the idea is this, is that if I read more, if I exercise my brain, which can be things as simple as puzzles, games themselves, whether it be video or cards or otherwise, these things can be assets to so-called exercise your brain. Not only otherwise eating healthy, eating appropriately, because these are things that historically we as a people haven't necessarily been sometimes able to do because of the financial cost. I will tell you that one of the things that's happened with us in my household with the COVID is that we now acquired the time, because we were at home, the time to then prepare those meals and eat more healthy. So I personally, look different to some of you, I am 54 pounds lighter. Why? Because after eating healthier, now identifying a healthier exercise program, which also is an asset in this area. So not only the eating, and so therefore the key thing, ladies and gentlemen, is to identify lifestyle changes that you can continue, not necessarily losing that weight for the wedding, losing that weight for some event. No, losing that weight for life, long-term stability, and that is key thing. Occasionally, we also will put patients on medications, none of which are FDA approved for this particular situation. However, some of these medications are known to improve focus, improve concentration. And as a result, for some patients, they see a benefit with that. And granted, it's not FDA approved, but once again, and help. For others, just exercising, meaning reading more, puzzles when possible. And that tends to make a difference. And then eating more healthy. That also makes a difference.